funny, it always keeps switching back. I lose, there we are, that sound. And then I'm just going to adjust this so that it's facing the right way. There we are. Okay, we're getting everything sorted out. I'm a little late to start, and that's why it's 1:02 instead of my usual 1 o'clock. And I had an elaborate plan for today, but I might actually have to try a different way because everything that I've been doing is kind of not working. So you guys get to see me problem solve on the fly. So I've been setting up, I'll just turn this camera so you can see. I've been setting up a document camera attached to a whiteboard. And the idea is that I could make a stop motion animation that is sells like pictures. So kind of like to build an anime style movie. And that was the idea for today, but I mean, all the time that we try things, sometimes things don't work. So right now I've been trying to attach the iOS camera to the stream and it won't attach, and so that's a problem. Let me see if it will now. It's fussing about the cables, and that's probably the main reason that nothing is working. Yeah, and all that it's doing is it's free. I'm freezing. Oh, I'm gonna unplug that. I don't know. I probably right now I'm getting sound to you guys, but I don't know if I'm getting video. It keeps freezing up. So yeah, my elaborate plan is not working very well, but I will try to still show you guys what I want to do. So let me see if this is still working. Yeah, it seems to be still working. Okay. I'm using software that I like that's called iStop Motion, and so I'm gonna have to kind of switch because I didn't achieve the setup that I wanted. I have to kind of switch my view. So let's see here. I am going to open. Feel free to say hello in the comments. Give me a suggestion if there's something you want to know or learn, things that you have questions about, and I'll try to get to those while I'm setting things up. So I'm going to go to this thing that's called window capture, and I'm going to define the window as one of the apps that I have open. Oh, interesting. Even that's not working right now. I'm running into several problems at once. Just like sometimes when you try to make things work, nothing works. So right now I'm trying to click on software that I like. But yeah, it's not. Oh, there it is. I found it. There we are. All right. Well, there's double me. So hi, and you can see there's a really decent delay there. But I'm going to turn off one of the me's. And then the delay is going to bother you because you'll see me talking, but only for a second, because this is software that I call iStop Motion. So the idea here is that we're going to make an animation. So I have to turn my camera. There we go. And you can see there's a lot of lag and delay, but there, that's decent. See if you guys can see that. So yeah, if I orient things like this, you should be able to see them. And now I'm just going to get a marker. If I can find a dry erase marker somewhere in my house. Yeah, thank you. Kendra's offering to bring me some. Can you bring me a couple of them? Do we still have the box? All right. Problem solving on the fly. So iStop Motion allows me to take a picture at a time. Are those dry erase? Oh yeah, okay, awesome, great. That a little bit more complexity. So that's nice. So I'm going to take these pictures off, and what I want to do is a little walk cycle with one of these characters, probably the easiest one to draw. So that might be Kiki. I like the bow. So I'm just going to very quickly draw her, and I'm going to draw her really rough because I'm making an animation and I don't have time to make everything perfect. Because I'm going to be drawing this like 20 times, and in a live stream, I don't want to make you guys spend 20 minutes watching me fuss about details. Okay, so she's got a little, there we go, and then she's got a little dress, and then on top of the dress there's these frills. She has the simplest little stick legs, which is actually great news, because we're going to animate a walk cycle. 2 eyes and a little smile. There we go. That's Kiki. There's a couple of gifts about this this particular picture, and one of them is that she isn't showing her hands, and she's not. You can't see her feet, her legs too. They're not very complex. So there is my picture of Kiki. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to erase her after I take a picture. So I'm going to take the first frame. Let me see. I have to kind of get into the other app. There it is. And I should be able to press the space bar. Alright, that means the picture's been taken. Now, I should have, I think onion skinning is on, but let me check. If I erase her hair, I can still see where that hair was. And that is because it's showing me what the previous frame looked like. So if I just want to draw her head, I'm going to erase the existing head and then draw it again. But now I can compare where I was to where I am. So I'm going to try. This is you guys will be surprised how complicated this is. What I'm doing right now is leaning into my computer, which is leaning against the kind of the wall. It's leaning against itself, so there isn't very much room. All right, and I guess I think I just bumped everything, and that's kind of a handy thing about onion skinning too. If you bump things, you can just move them back, and that's kind of handy. All right, so let me see if I can just kind of redraw her. And what you guys will probably see is that the comparison's not perfect, but it's another picture of that same girl. Yeah, that works. Oh, I need to give her a bow. So that's nice. I have, it's handy that I have onion skinning to give me these kind of comparisons. So there she is, another frame, and I'm going to take a picture of that frame. So it looks like her head is moving slightly to her right, your left. So there's a picture. That's 2 frames. And now I'm going to erase her head again and draw her head keeping that motion in mind. So it was moving to your right. Her right. Okay. So I'm going to move it a little bit farther that way. So we have that hair. Yeah, and this is gonna, I bet I haven't gone tall enough here. So, but maybe this will work. Try to compare here. And then there's that line. She's got, definitely her, she's gonna look, let me compare. Yeah, the motion is in the right direction, which is nice. There we go. And I'm just gonna do it again. Oh, I didn't draw the, I think I can delete it. Let me see if I undo that. Yeah, I didn't draw the bow. So let's add that bow. And I'm just going to take that picture again. Oh, was my finger in the way? Yeah, my finger was in the way. Boy, I'm doing a great job. Delete, maybe? I'm doing a great job following those rules about how to basically do stop motion animation. You know what? And I haven't checked you guys in a while to see if anybody's talked to me. I know I have viewers, so just let me hop on there. Oh yeah, no. So far, nobody's chatting with me, which is fine because I'm not really that able to keep checking because I'm busy animating. So I'm going to draw her again. So this is definitely going to have some flaws, and that's the nature of what I'm doing. But I'm going to draw her head even more kind of like headed in this direction. So she's going to have this kind of bobblehead thing happening when I play this animation. And that's all right. So there we go. 2 eyes and a mouth. And this time we will remember the bow. There we go. All right, I think I have everything I want. That was the quickest one yet. Another picture. Let's do that one more time. I'm going to be really careful to draw this one well. So it's handy that I can use a whiteboard so that I can kind of compare the pictures I've made before. And it's easy for me to erase. So I haven't, even though the picture's in the frame each time, I haven't had to redraw her her body. So I'm going to press the spacebar. That takes another picture. And why don't we do this? Her head can stay there now. I'm just going to redraw this arm. And we'll bring this arm out. So I'm just going to add an arm there. And then let's do this real quick. We're going to make her do a little wave. So quick the ink hasn't dried yet. I can see it. I can see it's not dry. That's okay. Alright, now her arm should be all the way out. And I kind of drew her hand as like a full circle. So, putting this eraser through its paces. Take the picture. Now you guys can see what every time I take the picture, you can see that it's changing the frame, and you can kind of imagine the motion as I'm doing that. So I'm using my whiteboard to my advantage to kind of create a quick animated character. And my goal is that she wave. So I'm going to start putting her hand all the way up. Maybe one more in about exactly the same place, but I'll redraw it. Because if you redraw in the same place, it makes it look like she's slowed down. And it keeps the animation consistent. So it still looks like it's moving even though it's not. Alright, now I'm going to bring her arm back down. And then when that's finished, I'll play this little, I'll play this little scene that I've created. So this is obviously not the final product. Like a lot of things that I do, I'm demonstrating a procedure more than I am trying to create something perfect. Because one of the things I might want to do with this, oh boy, that's quite a jump. Oh no, I think that's all right. One of the things that I might want to do with this is to color it in. And I can actually colorize the frames after they're completed. So I can make her have her dress be, like in the picture, her dress is purple and her bow is red, etc. So there's one more. And we're going to make that arm disappear and try to make it like, the goal would be that she be like the first frame. Although I definitely have not kept consistency with her outfit. Okay, so that means that I don't have to have the camera rigid anymore. I've finished what I'm going to do. So, oh boy, you guys are probably seeing that the camera's seeing me. Hello. Yes, so what I'll do is I'll press play. definitely, you see, I think I can make it video movie loop. There we go. So now when I press play, there she goes, waving her arm, and her head kind of wobbles. I'm not really certain that the goal, what the head movement is, but you can see that I've created an animation, and there's a lot of crazy things happening with my hands. I could certainly do a better job with that. But you can see that she's actually moving in a reliable, predictable way. And so I think as a concept, as a proof of concept, it's pretty good to show you guys how to do animation. So I'm going to stop this. And I'm actually going to close this one down. Sure, we'll save it. I like that. Maybe I'll post it. I'll post it to some of my social media. Hopefully it doesn't destroy the computer to ask it to do that right now. And I'm going to unview this, and I'm going to review that. Okay, here I am. All right, so I'm going to check one more time. Oh, boy. We have 3 viewers today. So I'm going to say hello. And I'm going to encourage you guys to say hi. And I'll take a suggestion. Give me a suggestion. For videos. I really appreciate that there's so many people tuning in today. Yeah. So I have that figure, and I drew her, and I made this kind of animation with it, and I think that that's a cool thing that you can do with just an everyday whiteboard. You can do a lot more with it too. Like, it's a whiteboard, but I could certainly take that video now, which I think I saved. Let me see. Yeah, wherever it's saved, I can take it and I can put it into here as a usable media piece. Oh, there we go. I see somebody who tuned in. So, hey Kendra. All right, so my wife is in a different room watching the live stream, which is funny to me, and I appreciate that she joined us how she could today. She's occupied with my 2-year-old. So that's a good way to join us. And then while we're here, why don't I just put a little backdrop on here, because I like to have something in the background while we're here hanging out and chatting. Yeah, and I'm encouraging you guys to give some thought to making an animation of your own. iStop motion costs money, but there are some things that don't. And so if you can find a free one, I'm just trying to think of some off the top of my head. No, that's not the picture I wanted. All right, there's the one. I'm going to choose my, there we are. Wow, that already hopped on. But definitely it's at the top instead of the bottom. There we are. So, I know people can do animations in Microsoft Movie Maker, which is free. It's on most people's computers. And then if you're using a Mac, you could do it on iMovie. But one of the things with that is that you have to use a digital camera and take the pictures and then put the pictures in, import them. So it's a little bit, there's a couple more steps, which is why I use iStop motion. I like the instant gratification of having my pictures and then just pressing play and seeing how it turned out. Yeah, and I'm really happy with that little Kiki. She definitely animated the way that I expected her to. It's not a masterpiece, but if I was, that was like, I don't know, I've worked for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If I wanted to work for 3 hours, I probably could tell a little story with that same method. And I could increase complexity, or I could have her interact with a real world object. That's kind of one of the nice things about stop motion, is that you can view the pictures. The camera's just facing something that exists in the world. So that's why there's pictures of my hand in there and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. So I notice people aren't engaging too much in conversation, which is fine. Sometimes I'm just here sharing what I can, and if you join in, I'm happy. And if you can't today, that's okay too. But if you guys do watch this and are compelled to, I'd love to see animations that you do. If you don't want to do them digitally, we'll talk about making flip books, because that's something quick that somebody might be able to teach you, or you might teach yourself, just taking a single piece of paper and drawing a picture, folding it into a book and then drawing a picture on it, a series of pictures. But there's a lot of ways we can animate, and I hope you guys try something to share that with me, and to take it as an art assignment. So, okay. There is a suggestion. Let me look at the time. I think I have enough time. So, if we want to animate an object, I can do that. Just give me a second. If I reopen iStopMotion, we could certainly do that another day, but there's nothing stopping us. I'll show you guys how simple that might be. It's easier because I don't actually have to draw anything. All right, so there's iStopMotion reopening. Yeah, and then it looks like it crashed the last time I tried to save, but that's okay. Because that's what happens sometimes. You're trying to create a project and you're rushing things, and I had too many cameras happening. Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm going to turn that view back on. Actually, I'm going to turn this camera off. This one here. And then we'll turn this one on. There we are. Okay, so it'll be the same thing. This will be slow. But turn this back to the view here. We've got our character. And then this time, what I'm going to do is I'm just looking for an interesting object that might be nearby. There we go. Oh no, this object is not the right shape. Oh, okay, here we go. This is the best thing we could have. I have within reach plasticine. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, I have. There's a suggestion that I use some dinosaurs. Check out these dinosaurs. Okay, so actually, I'm just gonna use one of these though. I like this Velociraptor. So he's not on the frame. So here I go. Am I in the right thing? That should be capturing. So far I haven't taken a picture. Oh, no, I'm not in the right thing. There we are. So yeah, you have to be in the software for it to capture. All right. Just going to make him do a spinning dance. Oh, my hand was on that one, wasn't it? Yeah, it's fine though. This is not the finished product, but a demonstration, so I have to live with my hand being in there. All right. Ah, hands in there again. All right. So I could have also been animating her, but that would have taken a lot more time. But let's play it and see what we've got. There we go. Dinosaur comes in, does a little spin. So if I was animating her, I might have her react to that dinosaur. And then now I've got an interesting kind of animation that starts to tell a story. All right, good. So I'm going to turn that view off. Turn this one back on. I'm here, although my camera's changed its shape. I'm going to check one more time on YouTube to see if there's been any more follow-up comments, and there hasn't, and that's okay. So I'm going to sign off. Like I always do, I'm going to encourage you guys to wash your hands for 20 seconds at a time as often as you can. And I'm also going to say, please try to take care of each other out there. See you soon. Thanks for tuning in.